Welcome to Kaywon Action Star.
Хорошего вечера.
The movie kicks off with Lucas Hill, a diamond dealer, relaxing at home, sipping on coffee. Later, he's seen at an airport lounge adjusting his watch while watching a video on his laptop. The video features a man named Piotr, hyping him up about an upcoming diamond deal that promises to make him rich. Lucas is headed to St. Petersburg, Russia, for a high-stakes business deal involving rare blue diamonds. Upon arriving at his hotel, he expects to meet Piotr, his contact, but instead, the receptionist, Risa, informs him that Piotr left an hour ago. The sudden departure wasn't without reason. The police were about to raid the hotel, forcing Piotr to flee. Risa hands Lucas a new address where he can find Piotr, a guest house in a remote area, along with some cash. Lucas tries calling Piotr, reminding him about Boris Volkov, the man who's supposed to buy the diamonds, but the call goes straight to voicemail. Shortly after, Boris Volkov himself arrives at the hotel to meet Lucas. Lucas assures him the diamonds will be ready in 2 days, even offering the whole shipment as a goodwill gesture for the delay. Boris, however, isn't just an ordinary businessman, he has deep ties to the Russian mafia. Before leaving, his brother, Pavel, shares a bizarre story about sweets. Boris also warns Lucas that some South African competitors are in town, signaling that the competition for the diamonds is fierce. Lucas returns to his hotel room, pulls out a stash of burner phones, and sets up a new one to leave another message for Piotr. He then embarks on a journey to a remote town in eastern Siberia, where Piotr was last seen. Upon arrival, there's no sign of Piotr. The guest house receptionist hands Lucas his room key and mentions that someone had called earlier. That caller turns out to be Vincent, a man who shares a mysterious past with Lucas. Although Boris Volkov doesn't fully trust Vincent, the man insists that Lucas owes him a favor and assures him he's a friend. While in town, Lucas stops at a small cafe, where he unintentionally gets caught up in an argument between some locals. The situation escalates quickly, and 2 men ambush him outside the cafe, knocking him to the ground, stealing his vodka, and leaving him in the snow. Fortunately, Katya, the cafe owner, finds Lucas and takes him back to her place to recover from the attack. The next morning, as a token of gratitude, Lucas prepares French toast. However, when Katya's brother, Ivan, walks in, he's less than thrilled to see an American in their home. Despite Ivan's cold demeanor, Katya appears interested in Lucas, even subtly hinting that she wouldn't mind if he stayed the night. Lucas hesitates, explaining that he needs to find Piotr. Katya eventually agrees to take him to the mine where her other brother, Andrei, works. Upon meeting Andrei, Lucas learns that Piotr has been involved in some shady dealings. Apparently, he sold a batch of fake diamonds to a dangerous ex-Spetsnaz gangster named Samsonov and his crew, people you don't want to double-cross. Later that night, Lucas joins Katya's brothers at a local bar. Initially skeptical of him, they eventually warm up after several drinks. One of them points out Anton, a man who was once supposed to marry Katya but for some reason, things didn't work out. Despite their initial reservations about Lucas, they end up bonding in an unexpectedly strange way, singing drunkenly together. Later that evening, Lucas video calls his wife, showing her the house he's staying in. When she asks if he's been drinking, he quickly changes the subject and ends the call. He then returns to Katya's place, where things take a romantic turn. They share a passionate kiss, and soon, they're making love right there in the kitchen. The next morning, Lucas joins Katya, her brothers, and Anton for a hunting trip. They tease him, treating him like an outsider, but things take a serious turn when their hunting dog starts barking wildly and runs off. When they chase after it, they come face to face with a massive bear. Panic ensues, shots are fired, and in the chaos, a stray bullet hits the dog. Seeing the animal suffering, Lucas makes the difficult choice to put it out of its misery. Later, he returns to Katya's home for another intimate moment. She shows him a picture of her family and asks him to stay longer, but Lucas explains that he has unfinished business in St. Petersburg. After spending time together in the bath, he prepares to leave. Ivan watches him go, clearly displeased by the situation. Back in St. Petersburg, Lucas checks in with Risa to see if Piotr has returned, but there's no sign of him. She also informs him that Boris Volkov has been calling him several times a day. Frustrated, Lucas searches his hotel room for the missing diamonds but instead finds a gun and a blue candle, the same kind he saw at Katia's place. Curious, he breaks it open and discovers a diamond hidden inside. Realizing that Katia may unknowingly possess more of these, he immediately calls her, asking her to come to St. Petersburg with the candle. Meanwhile, Boris calls Lucas, demanding an update on the deal. Lucas stalls, saying he needs one more day and has a sample ready. They arrange to meet the next day. As he prepares, Lucas checks his gun and bullets. Vincent also calls, but unlike Boris, he isn't interested in the diamonds. He warns Lucas that he's attracting too much attention and that even the FSB, Russian security services, is watching him. Vincent urges Lucas to drop everything and return to the US. When Katia arrives in St. Petersburg, Lucas breaks open the candle she brought. Inside is another diamond, but upon testing, he realizes it's a fake, though an incredibly convincing one. Later, they share another intimate moment, during which Katia asks if diamonds can lose their color. Lucas explains that real diamonds remain unchanged. The next day, Lucas prepares for his meeting with Volkov, leaving Katia in the hotel with champagne. He hands Volkov the blue diamond he found, but the meeting takes an unexpected turn when Katia suddenly joins the gathering, turning it into a party filled with drugs and debauchery. During the night, Volkov expresses admiration for Lucas and offers a twisted deal. He wants them to exchange their women as a sign of brotherhood. Lucas initially refuses, but Volkov's anger forces him to comply. After this unsettling encounter, Lucas returns to his hotel room, only to find an FSB agent, Palison, waiting for him. Palison makes it clear that the FSB isn't after Lucas but wants him out of Russia immediately. However, before leaving, they need him to do a favor, hand over the fake diamonds to Volkov as leverage. Realizing Katia's safety is in their hands, Lucas has no choice but to agree. The FSB assures Katia that they'll send her home safely. Lucas takes the fake diamonds to Volkov, who calls an expert to inspect them. Thinking fast, Lucas deceives Volkov into believing they are genuine, and he dismisses the expert. Later, the FSB informs Lucas that he's free to go home, while Katia is sent back to her village, where Ivan picks her up at the airport. Before leaving Russia, Lucas receives a message from Andrei about Pyotr. It turns out that Pyotr has purchased land near the mine. Instead of catching his flight, Lucas heads to Ivan, seeking help. They spend one last night together before Ivan and his brothers drive Lucas to Pyotr's hideout. Inside the cabin, Lucas finds Andrei's dead body. Ivan urges Lucas to leave with them, but knowing there's no way out, he refuses. Understanding the danger, Ivan hands Lucas a hunting rifle and leaves. Lucas sets the cabin on fire, burning Andrei's body. Before he can escape, Volkov's men arrive, guns blazing. A firefight ensues, but Lucas is ultimately shot in the back by Pavel. As he lies dying in the snow, his final thoughts are of Katia, flashing through his mind one last time. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for more if you haven't done. Put down your comments below to let me know what you think about the turn of events in this storyline. Also give my video a thumbs up to further motivate me, and share too for others to enjoy. See you on my next recap. Cheers.